Hi everyone! In this video, I'll show you how to correctly set up and use the Ableton Push and Move Visualizer web app and Max for Live device. We'll go step by step so that by the end of this video everything should be working correctly. Let's start with the most important thing, setting Push and Move to work in chromatic mode. For now, we'll use both devices in Control Live mode. First, connect your Push or Move to your computer using the provided USB-C cable. On Push, press the Scale button. Now, check these settings. Set the layout to fourths. Select Chromatic. By default, the key should be set to C major, and we recommend leaving it that way. Make sure Fixed is set to Off. When everything is correct, the grid on Push should look identical to the visualizer grid. If the layout is not set to fourths, the tool will not match your hardware. If you are using Move, first connect it to your computer, then switch it to Control Live mode. Hold Shift, press the ninth button from the left on the step sequencer. Make sure that Chromatic is selected. Again, the default key should be set to C major. Now, Push and Move are ready. Let's have a look at the Max for Live device. After downloading, open the zip file. Locate the .amxd file. Drag it into your Ableton user library. Now, load the device onto a MIDI track. That's it. Play a few notes on Push or Move. The visualizer will show you the notes you're playing by lighting up the pads in green. With the Max for Live device, you can use the knobs on Push and Move to directly control the parameters. Let's now take a look at how to use the web app on macOS. Please note that Web MIDI works in Chrome, Edge, Opera and Firefox. Safari is not supported. When working in Control Live mode, we need to create a virtual MIDI device in order to send MIDI messages from Live to the browser. On your Mac, go to Applications, Utilities, and open Audio MIDI Setup. Open MIDI Studio. You can use the shortcut Command 2. Double-click the IAC Driver. Enable the option Device is online. Connect Push or Move to your computer in Control Live mode. Open Ableton Live and go to the MIDI tab in the Preferences. Enable track for the IAC driver output and disable it for the input. Now set up a MIDI track as follows. In the MIDI from drop-down, select your Push or Move input. In the MIDI to drop-down, select the IAC driver bus 1. Optionally, you can set the monitor option on the track to In. Open your browser and go to visualizer.frequenze.org. In the MIDI input port drop-down, select IAC driver bus 1. Now the visualizer should react to your playing. You can also work with Push and Move in standalone mode, but you will need a MIDI interface connected to your computer. In my example, I will use Push 3 and an iConnectivity interface. Connect your MIDI interface to your computer and make sure it's working. Start your push in standalone mode. Connect a TRS Type A to MIDI in adapter to push MIDI out, and then connect a MIDI cable from the adapter to an input on your MIDI interface. Open Push MIDI Preferences. Select Output, choose Ableton Push External Port, and enable Track. Now select a MIDI track on push, press the mixer button twice, select the output, and make sure that the track is sending to the Ableton Push External Port. Now go back to our web app and select your MIDI interface in the drop-down menu. Let's take a quick look at the visualizer options. You can switch between the push and move layouts. In the Max for Live version, you can resize the visualizer window, while on the web app you can click on the grid to make it larger. The Max for Live version follows automatically the root node and the scale selected, while on the web app you can select those options via these drop-down menus. You can then enable or disable the display of note names on the grid. You can also choose to display flats instead of sharps. Finally, you can set the grid to be fixed. Keep in mind that this option is available only for push. When fixed is on, the bottom left pad always stays on C. When fixed is off, the bottom left pad becomes the root of the selected key. Since this setting is not synced automatically, if you change it, on push, remember to press the scale button and update your settings accordingly. Chord detection is handled automatically by the tonal.js library. You don't need to configure anything. When you play a chord, it is automatically detected by both the Max for Live device and the web app. That's it. If everything is set correctly, the visualizer grid and your hardware grid should match perfectly. If you found this helpful, check the description for links, updates, and documentation. And if you run into issues, feel free to leave a comment.